My mother hid my homemade gifts while displaying my siblings' expensive ones, so I tested it out on her birthday. Every holiday, every birthday, every Mother's Day, I put actual thought into my gifts. I made her a scrapbook that took 3 months to collect photos and write memories, knitted her a blanket with her favorite colors that I spent weeks perfecting, painted a portrait of her childhood home from an old photo she loved. Meanwhile, my brother Jason buys whatever expensive crap the salesperson suggests, and my sister Emma just transfers money with a generic card. But guess what's displayed in the living room? Jason's $500 vase that doesn't match anything, Emma's designer purse Mom never uses because it's too heavy, the expensive jewelry she doesn't wear because it's not her style, my stuff shoved in the hallway closet with winter coats and old umbrellas, found the scrapbook under a pile of tax documents. The blanket was in the garage, still in the gift bag I gave it in. The painting was literally facing the wall in the guest room behind a broken lamp. When I asked her about it, she'd say she was keeping them safe or saving them for special occasions, or didn't want them to get damaged. But Jason's ugly abstract art he bought drunk at an auction is hanging in the entryway where everyone sees it. Emma's overpriced candles that smell like chemicals are on every surface. Their gifts were apparently damage-proof, but my handmade stuff needed protection by being hidden away. Last Christmas, I watched her open my gift, which was a cookbook I made with all her mother's recipes that I spent months collecting from relatives. She goes, "Oh, how nice," and immediately puts it aside. Opens Jason's gift, which is an expensive kitchen gadget she'll never use, and goes, "Oh my goodness, this is incredible, Jason, you're so thoughtful." Takes 50 photos, posts about her amazing son, gets teary-eyed about how blessed she is. My cookbook went straight to the basement that night I checked. Her birthday was yesterday, and I decided to test something. Made her this beautiful quilt with pieces from her old dresses that had sentimental value. Each square had a memory attached. Took me 4 months, but I also bought a cheap $70 bracelet from the mall. Gave her the quilt first, and she does her usual, "Oh, that's sweet, honey," and sets it on the floor by her chair. Then I give her the bracelet in a fancy box, and suddenly she's excited, showing everyone, going on about how I finally understood what she wanted. I said, "Mom, the quilt took me 4 months, the bracelet took me 4 minutes. Which one do you think has more thought?" She goes red and says, "Well, it's not about time, it's about the gesture." I said, "Then where are all my gestures from the past 10 years? Everyone at the party gets quiet, and Jason tries to change the subject, but I'm not done. The scrapbook is under tax papers. The blanket is in the garage. The painting is behind garbage in the guest room. The cookbook is in the basement. But Jason's vase you hate is on the mantle. Emma's purse you never use is displayed on a shelf. Every expensive thing they buy gets showcased, while everything I make gets hidden." My aunt goes, "Is this true?" and starts walking around the house, finding my gifts in closets and corners and forgotten spaces. Pulls out the portrait from the guest room and goes, "You painted this? This is beautiful. Why is it hidden?" My mom starts making excuses about not having the right space or waiting for the perfect spot, but my grandmother cuts her off. "You display that hideous vase, but hide a hand-painted portrait of our family home? What's wrong with you?" My cousin finds a ceramic dish I made in a pottery class being used to hold screws in the garage, while Emma's store-bought china is in the display cabinet. Mom starts crying, saying we're ganging up on her, but grandmother goes, "You're crying because you got caught, not because you feel bad." I said, "Keep the bracelet. Mom, it's more your style anyway. Everything else I'm taking back since you clearly don't want them." Spent the rest of the party collecting every single handmade gift from their hiding spots. Grandmother helped me pack everything and said, "Next time just get her a gift card since that's all she values anyway."